Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at Afterpulse on the Nintendo Switch, a third-person online squad shooter. It started live on iOS and Android, but can it now do enough to earn an audience on the Switch? Well, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and let's get started. So Afterpulse is a squad-based shooter, and if it had to be compared to a title currently available, it's got to be Rogue Company from Hi-Res Studios. Rogue, though, is free. This is a more arcade-like paid alternative. Now, the iOS Android routes, I'm going to put it out there now, immediately noticeable on a controller front. They're about as simplistic as they come. You can aim down the scope with the LZ trigger, you can change weapon with the L trigger, you actually carry two into battle, you can shoot with ZR, you can use a gadget with the R trigger, that was grenades for myself, and then reload is done with B. That's all there is to it. So just know that going in, it might have, that military look going for it, but it's far from strategic. Just run, gun, and mow your enemies down. There's no duck, no dodge, no jump or ability to climb, not even some simple cover mechanics. So that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, honestly. I always have room for a run and gun experience, but the game's biggest issue, it's got to be its auto aim, and this is aggressive auto aim, meaning if they're remotely in the direction of where you're aiming, you're going to hit them, and it renders the scope on the ZL trigger near useless because one, well, why bother? You're going to hit them anyways, and two, when you do aim it down the scope, let's say for a headshot, you're basically fighting against this auto lock which is trying to push against you. And just so you know here, no, you cannot turn this off. Instead, my strategy turned to run around, hold the ZR trigger, and watch the kills just simply roll in. So not only is the game easy because of this, but the issues then elevated beyond belief thanks to the fact on phone this is a free game with microtransactions baked in. On the Switch we're paying that upfront like premium, and to reward us the game delivers you the most overpowered arsenal of weapons, armor, all that good stuff that I've ever personally seen. It basically puts you into the game at level Terminator and tells you to go have fun against the poor souls that are playing on phones who have absolutely no chance. When my teammates and opponents, they were getting maybe 2 or 3 kills around, I was ranging somewhere between 30 and 50 like some sort of superhero with a gun. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I was for sure smiling a lot. Who doesn't like winning? But it was absolutely at their cost, and I'd be surprised if they didn't think I was cheating or something along those lines. Basically, the armor made me near god level and the guns were near one-hit kills. You can't opt out of crossplay either, which definitely sucks for those that have been having a blast on this game so far on iOS and Android, because the matches here, they were relatively balanced when I compared my team against the opponents. They were getting them 2 or 3 kills, but then I came along and not in an arrogant way, but you could have probably taken all 7 players, put them against me, and I would have easily won, not because of skill, but because I essentially paid to win. On the idea of pay to win too, just because we paid a premium to get access doesn't mean there's no microtransactions here. There's actually a whole lot of them thanks to 2 currencies in game. We get cash and gold. Yes, you can earn it in battles, but should you choose to, you'll be able to pull out that old credit card, and this will allow you to, think level up your weapons, your equipment. You can buy new secondary weapons, you can buy all the usual skins, then there's loot boxes, all that, the usual affair. I started overpowered, and within an hour I just became a weapon welding god thanks to leveling up a gun. I didn't pay, I used in-game currency, but I was already 100 steps ahead of everyone else. I actually celebrated for my enemies when I got killed, not something you'll typically find me doing. Modes then, we get 5, they actually seem to rotate though, or being a slightly different take on the idea of team-based combat, so 4 versus 4. Most of them basically resulted though in just kill everyone. My favourite mixed things up slightly and it made 4 teams of 2. The action was just a little bit more manic. Perhaps one of the highlights then of Afterpulse though for these battles is kitting out your soldier, and that's thanks to 1200 weapons, skins, armor, all that good stuff. I never did need to really use it, honestly, because they granted me that soldier level Terminator from the opening few seconds, but I can see why it makes the game so popular on phones. There's a whole lot of loot here to chase and of course unlock, but on the Switch, It just feels like another excuse to ask for my cash, which is honestly fine with me, but not when you can pay to win and not when I've already paid an entry fee for the game. That's why games like Rogue Company exist, and that's why they're also so successful. They balance the game, the combat, they make it fair, and then you can support Hi-Rez or whatever studio is behind it by purchasing something that is purely cosmetic. Right now though, gameplay wise, Afterpulse finds itself in a very difficult spot. It's got this huge audience on phones that's about to be basically overwhelmed potentially with overpowered Switch players because the balancing is just absolutely screwed. There's no nice way to put it. The combat then's not deep enough to lock in an audience for too long in my opinion, and I also expect that core mobile audience, they're probably about to drop this when they can't win without spending some of their hard-earned cash. Gameplay wise, it's rough honestly, and I'd be wary, and I'm sorry if I was in your match because honestly I basically ruined it just for everyone that was involved. I'm sure those on my team probably didn't mind so much, but the enemies, they definitely weren't having a good time. So visually then I was hoping for a little more honestly, but it's a straight port from cell phone to here, and while the 8 maps involved, they're okay, they're not exactly stretching the creativity here, you know, think a warehouse, a train yard, a desert. Its simplistic gameplay is met with mostly uninspired and small locations. The pixelation throughout then is heavy, and if you look just outside the boundaries of these maps, you know, these worlds, you'll find basically a few basic mountain ranges or something just to kind of wrap things up. It feels basically very budget. The guns and skins do fare just a little bit better, and I didn't mind the animations either, but there's really not a whole lot to it. One highlight, and I'm really digging when I say that, but I do like the shadow work on my enemies. That became a strategy for me for spotting my enemies before they spotted me, you know, when they were like running around a corner or something. Wrapping up the visuals and an overly cluttered main menu with more than a few options that basically lead to a different screen that's going to ask me for my credit card. Audio finally, and it has some generic rock and epic music to support things. Yes, I said generic, but it's also a highlight unfortunately in Afterpulse's case. But what we are like here to talk about absolutely are the gun sounds. The editing here seems to cut off the tail end of any sort of gunshot, making it sound like it was recorded in a vacuum of some sort. Also, they're about as underpowered as they come. I weren't sure if I was firing an assault rifle or a pea shooter because honestly, they more closely resemble the latter. So the final verdict on Afterpulse is a bit of a disaster. I was smiling a whole lot honestly, but it was in that kind of almost so bad it's good kind of way. The gunplay here is weak, controls are simple, the auto aim makes it near impossible to miss an enemy, and then the poor folks playing this on phones, the Switch community's got a real shot here at destroying a game you no doubt enjoy, and that's understandable because I would be impressed with this on my phone as I grind it out for levels, but throwing in like an army of Terminators now is about to destroy all the fun you was having. Now let's say we got all like Switch players and things balance out, it still wouldn't be that fun honestly. You know, run and gun action wears thin very quickly, and with then the lackluster controls and the lack of strategy, I just don't see a whole lot to come back for honestly. These are bite-sized moments of warfare that isn't designed for longevity, and for me, just go pick up the superior Rogue Company, which is also completely free. If you enjoy that game, then maybe throw them some cash for some of the, you know, cosmetics. Today, a bad 3 out of 10 from me, and it only narrowly afides a 2 because honestly, look, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time, but just be warned, you can do a whole lot better for free already on the Switch. I'm gonna say it again here, like, go download Rogue Company and come join us on the battlefield there. It is an absolute blast. Thanks for watching today though. Is this one you was looking forward to, or was this not on your radar at all? With that though, a shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.